Y'all ready for Assassin's Creed 25? No, really. Assassin's Creed Shadows is apparently the 25th entry of the entire franchise. That's a lot of games. Assassin's Creed Shadows is releasing in, what would you say, a very strange climate. After a string of underperforming titles, Ubisoft are restructuring their studios, and from the looks of it, they seem to be treading on thin ice. For all we know, Assassin's Creed Shadows seems to be the only Ubisoft branded title that could ultimately make or break the future of the publisher. But unfortunately, Assassin's Creed Shadows might have a bigger problem on his hands. He's black. But not only is he black, he's black in Japan. And you want to know what's even worse? He's black in Japan, killing Japanese people in Japan. Literal insult to injury, according to people like this guy who's not even Japanese. The initial blowback of this game's reveal threw a certain ilk of individuals into a bit of a conniption, namely because the servant to Oda Nobunaga, Yasuke-kun, is a shade too dark, like literal historical figure, and these people lost their mind. From my understanding, the reason why this grinded their gears was because of their desire to play as a pure-blooded Nihonjin. Oh look, there's one right there. This is like a cherry on top of an ice cream sundae type ish. You couldn't make this stuff up. The strangest thing about the distaste for Yasuke being one of the main protagonists is the loudly obvious overlooking of Naue. I wonder why that is. It's probably because she's a woman. Let's be real here. Assassin's Creed has always been a franchise centered on crafting historically fictitious stories. I've always thought of the games as big what ifs, so it's kind of perplexing to me how gamers were screeching about accuracy. However exaggerated Yasuke's role in Japanese history is in this game, I don't even know why it would even matter. Even Naue herself being a deadly female ninja during the Sengoku period is a bit of a stretch apparently. But oh no, black samurais are a complete desecration of rich Japanese history. That's immersion breaking, bro. Yeah, sure, I had to fight the Pope as he was wielding a magical holy staff at the end of Assassin's Creed 2, but a black samurai? Too far, too far. The funniest thing about the Yasuke situation is that in Team Ninja's 2024 PS5 exclusive, Rise of the Ronin, you could procure Yasuke's armor set by besting William Adams, who's also from another Team Ninja developed franchise, in battle. The armor set is among some of the best gear you could acquire in the game, and the description of said gear acknowledges Yasuke as a legendary African samurai. What's even doubly hilarious is that you had to get the armor from a white guy. Rise of the Ronin was developed by Team Ninja, a game developer that consists of primarily Japanese people. So what's all this fussing about? It's not like the premise of a foreign man in a strange land hasn't been done before. I'd argue they make the best stories, especially in historically fictitious context, but that's too much for a certain group of people on the internet apparently. The combat and violence in this game is super gratuitous and off-putting. I don't care much for gore in video games, but AC was always about using stealth as an assassin to traverse the game, not be a man indiscriminately killing people. It's almost as if this game wasn't created to be an enjoyable game, but instead a humiliation ritual for East Asians enacted by left-wing ideologues to not only rewrite Asian history, but to shoehorn anachronistic racial stereotypes and revenge porn into a playable game. Maybe it's cause it's too on the nose I feel this way. AC Shadows doesn't exist to be an enjoyable video game. It's a DEI humiliation ritual for the entirety of Japan and in extension, East Asia. What the fuck? Guys, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. This is what fake outrage looks like. Because there's no way, if you're an actual gamer, you'd be disgruntled about killing people in a video game. Please don't tell me you call yourself an anti-woke warrior and an enemy to all things politically correct while acting like a puritanical weirdo for enemy NPCs in a video game. Are you kidding? This sort of prudish behavior is so reminiscent of conservatives in the 90s hissing at entertainment they believe to be corrupting the youth, like GTA. I just know folks like Hangman Lee over here had no issue shooting up minority neighborhoods or immolating strippers after getting deep-throated. No moral qualms whatsoever. No. But now, people like this doofus who consider themselves not a liberal snowflake will pontificate to the masses about how a black man killing Japanese enemy NPCs in the country of Japan is somehow the most reprehensible thing in existence. Would it make it better if the protagonist killing all the Japanese people in Japan was Japanese? The one at the end of the sword is still dying regardless. Knock that gay-ass pearl clutching off. It's embarrassing. The game is literally called Assassin's Creed. It's either that these people are very aware of the fact they're being insincere jackasses or straight up Riri. It's likely that it's probably both. This is all disturbingly akin to the gaming media outrage you saw with Red Dead Redemption 2 when these gaming journalists were raising hell over punching feminists, or that one Resident Evil game where they were crying over the fact you had to shoot African people under the influence of some zombie-like virus in Africa. Sounds familiar? Even this guy points that out, but here he is, still crying like a little baby back bitch. Assassin's Creed Shadows is another installment in the franchise unlike any other, in the sense that they all take creative liberties in the eras that they're depicted in. If you're a person expecting 100% historical accuracy in games that literally inform you that they're a work of fiction, you kinda have to stop breathing.